iRepairMD, and today we are doing a iPad 7th generation screen replacement. You can see the digitizer still, the LCD still works, digitizer still works also. However, it is cracked. So today we're going to replace it with a new screen, and you can order this from our website below. The link is provided, and what you're going to get with the kit, what you can get with it is a repair kit and the screen. Okay, definitely what we need here is also we're gonna need a heat gun and a screwdriver set, and these are the stuff that you can get from the link below. Okay, so let's go ahead and power off the iPad. Okay, and then it's gonna take it off from its frame. What I like to do is power down the iPad, and now you can see we're gonna remove the digitizer. We're gonna replace it with a new one, and this is a OEM iPad replacement. You can tell by the copper shielding around, that is OEM. And let's make sure we got the right one, just make sure it match up, and yep, it is. This is a touch screen button, and this is the digitizer interface. Okay, these are the areas we have to really be careful. When we open this up, you will see where the connectors are. So let's go ahead. First thing we do is go ahead and heat up. Put this out of play for now and just concentrate on just doing this iPad for now. Okay, should I give you guys the best possible view? I'm adding heat all around. By adding heat, we are reactivating the adhesive that bonds the glass digitizer onto the iPad frame, and underneath will be the LCD, the Retina LCD. What we want to do is carefully remove the glass without scratching or staining the LCD underneath. Okay. I would like to tackle it in this corner right here. We're going to work our way up. We're going to do this corner first, so let's concentrate the heat on that. Okay, now what I like to do first is actually use a razor blade. Carefully, I'm going to lift. Okay, once you get the first adhesive off, if it feels a little sticky and still won't come off, add some more heat. Okay, let's go ahead and take out all our tools. We'll lay it out here. Comes with the suction cup. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. We can go ahead and lift it with a suction cup. Sometimes I find it to be more of a nuisance than anything. Okay, it's because when you have broken glass, the air pocket, you can't develop a suction because it needs perfect vacuum in order to do the right suction. Okay, so sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it does work. I'm gonna go ahead. Now we're gonna use the guitar pick. Okay, using the razor blade to initial the first lift, but from here on we're going to be using the plastic pry tool. Okay, once we get the plastic pry tool up, carefully lift. Okay, now put the guitar pick underneath here to hold the space. Moving our way, we actually want to go this way. Okay, let's go ahead and lift the glass digitizer. Again, using the plastic pry tool, guitar pick. Okay, get to the point. You can actually get the guitar pick underneath. This angle right here. We don't want to push it too hard. Now we got this piece here we have to lift up. These are plastic glass shard that won't come off because of the adhesive. Carefully lifting them up. Okay. And with this one, you just have to be careful with glass. Again, if this is something a little too difficult for you, we do offer a repair service, which you can just go ahead and ship the iPad to, and we can do the repair for you. Okay, we have this lifted. The reason why we want to keep it lifted because these are release glue, so once they make contact, they will stick again. So once we lift it up, we don't want to re-lift. Adding more heat. Adding more heat here. All right, once we add more heat, go ahead and lift. Okay. And it's a laminated glass, so there is another thin digitizer laminate underneath. Okay. Be careful again with glass. I've done this so many times that I get the feel of it. So moving this up. Okay. Go ahead, add more heat here. Again, we don't want it to get too hot that you can burn bacon on. You can cook bacon. You want to get it about maybe 150, 160 degrees, enough to get the adhesive loosened, so we can effectively lift these. Okay. Okay, once I get what I need, I'll use this pry tool again, advance it forward. Okay, I don't want to push it too hard that it touches the screen underneath. Okay, let's go ahead, put the guitar pick placeholder, slide it up. Okay, once I get it to where I was able to get glass on it, what I would do now is I'm going to use the guitar pick for a different area. So I'm going to slide a clean cardboard underneath. Okay. All right. Slide a clean cardboard right here. Now I have all this. Let's go ahead and work on this area here. Sometimes you just want to go ahead, position it to where you can work it. Okay, right here. Let's go ahead and lift some more. Okay. Lifting the glass. Okay. Work yourself all around. The hardest part about this is removing the glass. Everything else is fairly easy, believe it. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some of this off for now. This is the cellular antenna. Okay. So this one is a iPad cellular model, which is capable of getting internet using the SIM card. All right, turn this over here. I'm gonna go ahead and work it this way up. And when you lift this, you want to make sure every remaining shard of glass is also taken out. Also, once you put the new glass in, it will also crack again. But we'll worry about that part later. Let's go ahead and lift the digitizer and glass off. Okay, let's go ahead, put a little lift. Okay. Once you get it to a point where you have enough, you can just lift it up. Get your thumb in an area where it's not gonna cut you or burn your hand, and you can just slowly lift everything. The key is to protect the LCD underneath. Make sure that it doesn't scratch or stain. So there we go, lifting slowly. Okay, again, let's take this glass out of the way that I don't need. Put it in a special container. Okay, position it just right. Add enough heat. I can lift that corner. Okay, now we got it enough that we can just surely lift this off without having to do too much other things to it. All right, see, when you lift too hard, you have that glass crack, but it's okay in this case. Okay, let's go ahead. And now let's lift the rest of the glass off. Okay, some areas here, the glue has settled. So we're gonna go ahead and free it. There we go. Lift. Completely off. All right. So now, most important part is to protect the LCD. Okay. So let's go ahead and get the LCD out. There are 4 Phillips in each, one in each corner of the screen. Okay. So go ahead and use a Phillip screw for this. And don't touch this area. Once you have it stained, believe me, you're gonna have a hard time taking it off, removing the stain. Okay. Using my tweezer, securing the screw. Put the screw right over here, this corner. And then there's gonna be a, this LCD is gonna be connected to a screen, logic board. Once we lift the the LCD carefully, we're gonna also free it from the screen. There's a little bit of adhesive holding the LCD down to the frame of the iPad, and we need to carefully remove it. Okay, just be very careful when removing this, so your screwdriver tool don't skip and scratch it. Okay, have that removed. Let's go ahead, use this pry tool and lift it slowly. Okay, here we are. Carefully lift. Go, fold it out. Okay, now you can see underneath, right here, you have to take the board off and free the LCD and put this LCD someplace where it can't be damaged, scratched, or stained. It's a small little teeny glass shard on top. We just have to just lightly turn it upside down, shake it. Should come off. If not, you can just use a really, really dry microfiber cloth just to brush it off. Don't put too much power to it. This is LCD right here, connector. Lift it up using a pry tool. Okay, there we go. LCD out of play. Again, see, I'm tapping. Put LCD, I'm gonna cover it underneath this, putting it in a safe place. That's not to damage it. Okay. Now let's go ahead and work on this area by removing the old adhesive. You want to make sure all the glass shards are off. There's a strip of black tape that holds the adhesive in. We're going to lift all these off. I use a razor blade. For those who knows, this can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, but I've done this so many times that holding a razor blade is second nature for me. I'm scraping it off right here. Okay, got that scrape off. I'm running through it, make sure there's no more bumps or adhesive. Okay. Now I'm gonna tackle this digitizer. Let's go ahead, take it off using a pry tool. The digitizer is 2 digitizer, and then you have a fingerprint reader right over here. There's a fingerprint reader. Let's go ahead and free the fingerprint reader, and this is going to be right here underneath. Okay, so once you lift this up right here, you should be able to see where the fingerprint reader goes, or the key. Okay, let's go ahead. There's a little sticky tape, black tape. The fingerprint reader is, and this is a comb connector using the pry tool. Just lift it up like that. Now I should be able to lift this off. There we go. We don't need this anymore. Take it out of play. Okay, now we just clean this area off. Okay. Now the rest of the video is us just removing the glass off the LCD. And this is the cellular version. This is the cellular antenna right here. And there are glass that's still stuck to the old adhesive. And we're going to lift the old adhesive off. Corner right here. Still. Pry it out. Okay. And be really careful with the razor if you're going to use a razor. Like I said, I am very used to using a razor. And there is another antenna cable right here. So again, gotta know when to stop using the razor. Okay. Sometimes if you see resistance and you feel it, just add more heat. Loosen the glue. Put some glass on. Okay. Glass off. Razor should be able to lift this fairly easy. Now, be very careful. Okay. Making sure there's no glass or old adhesive still stuck on here. This old adhesive right here. We gotta prep the area. Okay. This side. Peel it off. Okay. Getting rid of any glass shard from my work area. Feeling around, making sure there is no more adhesive strip that can prevent this from effectively working. There might be glass shard underneath, so I'm tapping it all out. Okay, now that I have that out, I'm gonna go ahead and sweep this area off for any possible glass shard. Don't want to scratch the back of this. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead, iPad in. Okay, so now we have this area of his iPad. We want to go ahead and prep this area to put the new digitizer on, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and use alcohol and a microfiber cloth. So I'm using 98% alcohol, cleaning the edges, getting rid of possible glass and of course adhesive residue from the previous one so we can adhere it better. So the new digitizer can adhere better to the frame. All right. On the cellular connection. Okay, now that I'm confident that all these are off, I'm gonna go ahead and attach the digitizer on. First thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and put the fingerprint connection on. Actually, you know what I would like to do? I really don't like the old fingerprint reader. I mean the new one. If you wanted to actually to read, you would have to replace it with the original. So this is the original. I'm gonna go ahead and take the original fingerprint reader off this one, transfer it onto the new screen, because this is the actual IC chip that is integrated with your information, your biometrics, and it's like a key. If we don't effectively replace it, it can not work with your Touch ID. So this Touch ID is usually serialized to the iPad itself. So with that said, we're gonna go ahead and carefully remove all this. We're gonna reuse all these connection here, okay? And this is the original iPad. Okay. The original Touch ID. Okay, let's go ahead and transfer the original iPad Touch ID to the new screen. First thing we have to do is remove all the glass on this so it can adhere to the new one. Okay. Quite honestly, we can just hold on to the frame. All we really need is just this piece right here. This can go. We can replace it with the new one, but we want this area. This is what we want. We want the original IC chip for the iPad. Okay. Let's go ahead and remove the new one off. Add a little heat. Okay. Now we can lift this off right here. Now we put the original on right here. Let's go ahead and put the original on. Line it up just right so it matches everything. Okay. Now go ahead and put that back on. And here we go. Okay. This ought to play. Let's bring iPad back in. Let's go ahead and connect the touch connector. Make sure it's properly seated. Okay. Once it's properly seated, go ahead and close the comb connector. Okay. Fold it just right. Let's go ahead. Put the adhesive on. Back into place. Okay. Then the digitizer. Let's go ahead and close it. Close the digitizer. And you want to seat it properly. I'm gonna seat the top one first. And you want to feel it. Align it up. And once you have that snap feel, just like that, just feel it just about right. Okay. Get it just right. Okay, snap it into the feels. You feel it. And this one, there we go. See, it feels, you can feel the snap. Okay, now we have all that in here. Let's go ahead and put the angle that I took off earlier. Put that into place also. Hold on a second. Okay, adhesive right there. Just rest it. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the digitizer in. Let's go ahead and LCD. Again, be very careful with LCD. I'm gonna snap into place. See right here. Connect the LCD back in. Hope you guys can see it. Giving you guys the best angle. Here you go. I'm gonna turn it sideways here so you can see this LCD right here. Okay, once it's in, let's go and test everything before we go ahead and close everything. Let's go and test it. Power on the iPad. Now, close LCD for now. And we're gonna test the touch. Test the touch out. Wait till the iPad powers on. Okay. Yep. You can see touch works all the area. It does work. Okay, let's power down the iPad again. Slide power off. Now let's go ahead and secure everything. Okay. Again, I'm being very careful with the LCD. extremely sensitive. Okay, let's go ahead and put the screws on to the digitizer and LCD paneling. Okay, here we go. Use the magnetic tip of the screwdriver. And secure it. Okay, 2 more screws. Okay. One more corner here. Okay. Secure it. LCD into place. Okay. Put the screws in. Okay. Each corner. Bottom corner here. All right, so you have all this. Now I'm gonna get a sheet of paper, actually, clean sheet of paper, and brush all this off. So you can see, still have some dust here. So I'm blowing the dust off with this. You really don't want, if you have some stubborn dust, you just go ahead, coax it off with paper, with clean, dry paper, brand new. Okay. All right, now that we have that done, let's go ahead and cover this paper. Now we will go ahead and expose this adhesive here. Okay. So these are the adhesive that is going to secure the screen, the digitizer glass, onto the iPad frame. This is 3M. Pretty good adhesive. It's the OEM adhesive that Apple use. We're exposing the sticky side. Okay. This other side here. Let's go ahead and lift that adhesive. All right, on this side, we're gonna have to go ahead, carefully free it on this side. Okay, and there's not adhesive here. Strip of adhesive underneath. Free that area also. These are all sensitive digitizer tags, so be very careful when working with these adhesive. Okay, I'm turning this over to the other side so I can actually access it from this side right here. Okay, lift this up. Now turn it over. Okay. Again, lift the glue carefully off the adhesive. Okay. You have the exposed adhesive. I had a little paper right here. Need to get rid of. A little biggie. Forgot about the paper I did to secure the LCD. There we go. Expose the inside. We need to fold this though. Make sure we put this in, we fold this inside. Let's go ahead and lift the inside LCD protector, screen protector. Okay. Carefully lift that off. Adhesive right here. I'll go ahead, carefully lift it. Exposing the screen protector on the inside. And now, once you do that, you want to close it right away. Okay. Now adhesive, fold in. Okay, lined up the corners. Want to work this area the most where the folds are, where the ribbon cable and connectors are. There we go. Make sure everything's flush, no gap. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Once that is nice and sealed, add more heat. Okay, I'm gonna power it on also to verify everything is working, that we didn't damage the digitizer in the process. Okay. Okay, I'm adding heat to activate the adhesive further. Check out the home screen button, works perfect. Everything else here is secure. Now what I'm gonna go ahead and put some clamps on it. Okay. So I have these iPad clamps, put on each corner. That will secure the iPad. Make sure the adhesive bond properly. Okay. There we go. Each corner clamps. Okay. Now we got on 6 clamps, pretty much covering everything. I'll put one more clamp right here to secure the Wi-Fi area. All right, now this is how to play. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the iPad for now, and then keep this to set for an hour or so. Then we'll finish the rest. Okay, so this is the iPad after having a day with the clamps on it. Now it's all ready. Everything works. Just need to give it back to the customer. Have him peel off this himself. Anyways, this is Parag, iRepairMD. What you saw was a repair of an iPad 7th generation digitizer repair. Safe repair.